Welcome and hello. She's here, the 2024 Holiday Barbie Redhead that you, the viewers, selected for me. So before we get her open and take a look at her, we need a proper space to view her in. And I just so happen to have this old room box, and it is a quote-unquote cabin that I built with a fireplace. So I thought what we would do is we would decorate this thing for the holidays and then get our doll open and take a look. Okay, so to decorate, I thought we would use Walmart Christmas ornaments. Now, I have been collecting these for the past couple of weeks, and we have about 7 different types here. And so we're going to try dressing this room up with these items. So what I need to do though is I don't have a mantle yet on this fireplace, so let's go ahead and do that first. Okay, full disclosure, I had these scraps laying around. They're just some scraps of wood. This actually came from an old paint stir stick that we had never used. It was for a 5-gallon bucket, I think, so it's like a little thicker and heavier than the free things you get from like your big box stores. So I just thought that we would do something like this for the mantle on our fireplace. And if you guys are interested in learning how I built this particular room box, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll look at it as a future video. So I'm just going to do something like this, and I'm just going to glue it right onto our fireplace. Okay, so we're going to, this is the scrap end of the paint stick, and I just did a test run, and what we're going to do is a technique that I have used a lot, and that is to just take some acrylic paint. This is Americana Dark Chocolate. I've had this forever. Did a test run where I just take some water, like a really wet paintbrush, and I just blop the paint right on there and brush it in. It dries really quick. Just a real quick, easy way to stain wood without actually having to break out the chemical stains, and just use some acrylic paint and water. So I'm going to go ahead and stain these up, and then we're going to determine how high up our mantle should be on our fireplace. So let's get going. As you can see, I'm just going to wipe away the excess, just like you would with a real stain, so it doesn't create glops anywhere. And I'm not going to paint the back side of this because this is the part that's going to be the support that glues against the fireplace. So I'm going to set these aside. It'll take them a couple of minutes to dry. And I'm not worried too much about rough edges or splintering because you kind of want it to look a little rustic. Okay, so I've angled you, so hopefully you have a better view of what's going on. So I actually have a fireplace in my house, so I measured how tall the mantle was, and during the math, it comes out to about 9.5 inches is the top of the mantle. So we need to get a doll in here and actually take a look at how tall that is. 9.5 comes to right about his shoulder. So that might visually, although it is a realistic height for the top of the mantle, that might be a little bit tall. So I might drop it down to about 9 inches. Okay, normally I would lay this flat to do this gluing, but I've already got it set up, and quite frankly, I'm just too lazy to reset this whole thing up. So what I've done is I put some Gorilla Wood glue on the back, and that's going to be our main bond. But what I need to do is I need something that's going to grab quickly since I'm doing this upright. I am going to put some Fabri-Tac on either end, and hopefully that's going to dry quickly. And it's just going to hold it in place until the wood glue is able to grip. And I just made a couple of little marks at the what we agreed would be the 9-inch height on this. And so we're just going to place our support there and there. And we're just going to hold this for a minute until that Fabri-Tac is able to grip on. Okay, that looks pretty level and pretty sturdy, so we're going to let that set up and dry, and then we will come back and we will add the top of the mantle here. And I'm thinking we'll get it together and see what it looks like. It might look a little scrawny, so what I might do is I might try to see if I've got some square dowels that are hefty enough, like maybe 1/4 inch or something, or 3/8 inch. and maybe put like maybe 3 supports underneath this mantle shelf. Okay, I don't know how easy it is to see, but I have put a bead of wood glue across the top here. And now I am going to take my Fabri-Tac. I'll put a bead of it on the back side here so it'll have a quick grab. And then I'm just going to place it on top, push it in, and sitting as flat as I can get it. And there you have it. I think I'm going to need to try and find some pretty hefty square dowel pieces I might have laying around and make maybe 3 or 4 little supports that are going to come out underneath. So I had a 3/8 inch dowel laying around, square dowel. So I cut off 3/4 inch pieces, and now I'm using the same staining technique as I did on the mantle top piece on these guys. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue them up underneath. I got 4 of them. You can see the other 3 right here. And I'm just going to glue them at even intervals once they're dry. Okay, that looks much better. So we're going to deck the halls here. I think the first thing I want to do is look at these little wreath ornaments. They come on this card with these twine hangers, and they're just taped on. So we're just going to pull that out and pull one out. So there we have a little red bird, little pine cone, and it's a wire wreath, so it looks like we can just adjust it as we need to. And I have a little hook right here, so there, let me adjust my camera up a little side, but for right now just leave it like that. So there. Now these are one of my favorites that we got, and in all each of these was $2.48 at Walmart, so that is actually accurate. These are actually metal. I don't know if you can hear them. They kind of sound like a bell. They're just really well made. They're just crazy for $2.48. So let's go ahead and see if we can get one of these loose in the back here. Now for this one, I don't plan on using it as an ornament, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the twine off. So I've removed the twine, and so I am going to leave the little loop there. It doesn't show too badly. That way in the future, if I ever want to turn it back into an ornament for whatever reason, I can do that. So this could either go on the mantle, like so, or we can set it on the hearth. So I think we're going to set that one on the hearth. Now the next item that we have are these stars. These two can be used like a wreath. So we've got a squirrel and we've got a fox. See, there's what it looks like from the back, and there's what it looks like from the front. Let's see if we can adjust this a little. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. And I was thinking that we would hang this like so. So what I need to do is I need to get my wreath hanger. And all I did for this was I just took a paper clip, and the small part of it I left, and I unwound the rest of the paper clip and bent it back over on itself. And that way I could just set it like that. And there we have it. Another thing I found were these really cool old-fashioned lanterns. They have a little bit of greenery in them. You could pull the greenery out of one of these and somehow put a light in it if you wanted to. These are plastic. They're not the metal. So as you can see, we put the lantern here. We put our house here. We brought in a rustic chair that I made years ago. Okay, so we have these, and I think they look like a pillow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all of this off one of these, like so. And I'll obviously save the bead for another craft. But now we have something that looks like a little pillow, and we're just going to tuck that in our chair, like so. And they're plain on the back, and they have the little candy canes and the cute little North Pole Candy Company. The next ornaments we have are these, and I thought it would be wonderful to take these apart and set them on the mantle as 3 separate blocks. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to just simply cut this off. And this is just a wire that's been bent, so let me get some pliers. So I have some super small pliers here, and I'm just going to take this and straighten it out to the point where I can get the blocks off. Okay, got the first one off. It was a bit of a struggle. Last one was okay. And there we go. So, now we have our 3 separate beads, and this one's the best one. I'm trying to find the best face on each one. Now, do I like the little snowman or do I want a Christmas tree? What do you guys think? I'm going to go with the snowman. And you can see like this J is printed way up at the top. This one's got some fade on it, which if you want a slightly aged look, that's a good look to go with. Now, I put these at an angle so that you can see them on camera, but you could face them straight out, however you want to do it. And the last ornament that I had for decorating with are these old-fashioned lanterns. And I'm a sucker for plaid, so that'd probably be my theme for this year. Just nice and cozy. There's a few stray little threads. Just pull those right off. A little bit of glue. I mean, for a couple of bucks, you know, the glue job isn't going to be fantastic. So yeah. You know, maybe I'll just set this on the floor, like right next to the chair for now. Now, another thing is, later on I'll be doing a Christmas tree, but that's another video. It's a video for another day. So now we've seen all these Walmart ornaments and got some ideas on what we could do with them. I think we've got just enough Christmas going on. I mean, normally I would like to have some garlands going on. But for now, I think it is time to unbox the Holiday Barbie as promised. So, can I get a drum roll, please? Alright, so let's just cut this tape. So I'm going to just demolish this box. Okay, so got some tissue paper wrapped around it. That's very nice. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my. Oh wow. Oh, isn't she gorgeous? Oh my goodness. My first holiday Barbie ever in the history of my life. Oh my goodness. I like the box. I like everything about it. So anyway, it's got a printed frame with presents, gold, plaid, and on the back it shows all the dolls you can get in this series. Wrap yourself up in the warmth, elegance, and festive joy of the season. May your 2024 Holiday Barbie bring peaceful and delightful moments to you and those you love. Now let me see if I can get this box open without totally demolishing it. Okay. Oh my goodness. She's got freckles. How adorable. Let's get a close-up shot of her face. And then she's got blonde streaks in her red hair. Her fingernails are painted gold. Do you guys see this? One thing I don't care for are these earrings. I think they're supposed to represent crystal, but if you look, they don't. I mean, there is silver in the tartan here, in the plaid. Oh no, and they use those horrifying little, oh, Mattel. They use those horrifying little clothing tag thingies. So let's see if we could gently, carefully snip that. Okay, damage isn't too bad. Yeah, you can barely see it because of the pattern, but let's kind of mush it, see if we can get it to, yeah, it kind of came out a little bit. I could get these out so we can look at them. The heels on these are a little odd. They look like an upside down champagne glass, and I guess that's a thing, but I don't find it very attractive. And I just want to point out that they very cleverly hid. I was looking at it going, where the heck did they put the stand? It was hidden behind her gown. Okay, they also have a certificate of authenticity. There's our girl in her Christmas themed room. I am super excited. I do love this gown. I really just like everything about it, to be honest with you. But I've never been a fan of those bodies that are not posable, or have limited posability, I should say. So the 5 points of articulation is what this doll has. That's just not enough for me, so I'm going to need to find a body donor from the MTM and see who fits her best. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, so this girl is on the tennis player MTM body. Pale and not, there's a slight yellow tone, I think, to her. That isn't there. I think in a pinch it would do. So the next option is the Barbie Looks, ooh, is she 21? 22? I don't remember what number she is, but she's from the last wave, wave 4, the 2024 wave 4 dolls. I think she's just about perfect. And you can even see their hair is very similar. This one's a slightly darker red, but they both have red hair with blonde streaks in it. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get a hold of this doll, so I'm going to continue looking and see if there's anybody else who might be a more economical match. Okay, so after looking around and looking at other YouTubers and what they recommend, this doll really is the best match for this girl. But right now on Amazon, she's almost $36. So I'm just going to keep an eye on her price. And if she comes down at all, I will get her. And in the meantime, I will keep an eye out for any other made-to-moves that might be a close enough match. In the meantime, our holiday girl is going to go on display just as she is. That is where we are. So, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!